combines lengthening, stability, and coordination. It is a signature gesture of the advanced Pilates repertoire and a powerful revealer of our postural habits. Take your time, lie down on your mat, feel your body. We are going to explore together the intelligence of this movement. First, the starting position is essential. I'm lying on my back in an imprint position. My legs are parallel and adducted, extended diagonally as low as I can without losing pelvic stability. My ankles are in plantar flexion and my toes are gently pointed. My arms are long, resting by my sides, palms facing down. My shoulder blades are stabilized like two conscious wings. I'm already activating my center. I'm preparing the body to enter the movement. Inhale. I bend at the hips. I bring my legs toward the torso. I engage my spine in sequential articulation from the coccyx to the upper thoracic region. Vertebra by vertebra, I rise. My legs then extend above my head, parallel to the mat. Exhale. I bring my hips into extension. I stretch my legs toward the ceiling. My hands place themselves on my back for support. The weight stays on the upper back, not on the neck. My spine is slightly flexed. I inhabit the posture. Inhale. I stay here. I lengthen my legs toward the sky. Exhale for a count of 2. One leg lowers forward in hip extension. The other rises in hip flexion. Lengthen further. Inhale, switch. The legs cross in the air. Exhale, 1, 2. Again, cross. Then stretch. 5 to 10 repetitions. A fluid movement, a coordinated breath, a present awareness. This movement may seem simple, almost poetic, but it hides a deep muscular demand. The transversus abdominis compresses and stabilizes. The rectus abdominis and obliques maintain spinal flexion. The obliques and multifidus activate in opposition to prevent pelvic rotation when one leg moves alone. The hip extensors manage the leg lengthening concentrically during lowering and eccentrically during hip flexion. And the scapular stabilizers guarantee postural control. And if we go even lower, down to the legs and feet, in this movement, the legs extend precisely, the ankles are in plantar flexion, and the toes are gently pointed. This detail also engages deep, often forgotten muscles, the posterior tibialis and the flexor digitorum longus. The posterior tibialis originates from the posterior surface of the tibia, fibula, and interosseous membrane. It inserts under the foot's arch at the navicular bone, cuneiforms, and metatarsals. It stabilizes the arch, controls inversion, and supports lower limb alignment during leg extension. The flexor digitorum longus originates from the posterior tibia. It runs down the leg, crosses the ankle, and inserts on the distal phalanges of the 4 lateral toes. Its role? Yes, it flexes the toes, supports the arch, and anchors the foot during inversion. These 2 muscles work in the background, but their stability creates the grace of the movement. If I slow down even more, I feel this movement engages more than my muscles. It also activates my entire nervous system. First, my somatic nervous system, the one that controls voluntary movement, muscle coordination, and the conscious action of my legs stretching and crossing. However, my autonomic nervous system also has 2 branches, sympathetic and parasympathetic. The sympathetic nervous system is the branch that prepares the body for action. It mobilizes energy and triggers the fight or flight response in stressful situations. But here in this exercise, it's the other branch that takes over. The parasympathetic is one of calm, regulation, and release. I stimulate that return to rest response when I hold this inversion and breathe deeply. That's when my heart slows down, my diaphragm softens, and my organs find space. And more subtly, inside my belly, my enteric nervous system, this unique network of neurons in the digestive tract, enters into dialogue with my posture. It senses gravity, it feels like the inversion, and sometimes, without me choosing, a sensation of digestion, recentering, and rest arises. The body is not just a collection of muscles, it's a living, interconnected system responding to every breath, every tension, every release. What I find beautiful about scissors in the air is that they teach us restraint in effort. Lengthen, yes, but without swinging. Hold, yes, without bracing. Breathe, yes, without gripping. It's all in the adjustment, the precision, and the presence. I frequently use several modifications with my students depending on their level, mobility, or fatigue that day. First, I use the arc barrel when I feel the person struggles to control the descent or to articulate the spine sequentially. The barrel reduces abdominal effort, offers mechanical support, and allows them to focus on vertebral articulation, vertebra by vertebra, without fear or tension. In that context, I often say, this is no longer an abdominal strength exercise, it's a spinal mobility exercise. We repeat, restart, and gently work the areas lacking mobility, and with each repetition, fluidity returns. Then I introduce hip external rotation only when the person is very comfortable with the movement in parallel legs. It's a demanding progression. We add an isometric challenge, maintaining external rotators engaged throughout the movement. It targets other muscular chains, refines control, and brings new sensations. And eventually, it becomes possible to perform the exercise without hands under the back, keeping the arms along the mat. And that's another level. It is a true test of endurance, stability, and core control. With no hand support, you must hold the position using only your deep abdominals and hip extensors. Staying present, grounded, and mobile, it's an advanced challenge and a beautiful reward for the work done. And above all, I encourage you to remember this. It's not about how high the legs go. It's about mastery of the gesture, the quality of the breath, the coherence of posture. Scissors in the air are not a performance, they are an exploration, a moment of truth, a mirror of your inner stability. So, next time you rise into this inversion, remember you're at the crossroads of breath and movement, of strength and suppleness, of letting go and control. And it's there in that suspended space between two crossing legs, that your Pilates becomes a poetry of the body. Thank you for listening. I will see you soon in another episode of Bio Pilates Deep Dive.